So I'm just going to try a bit, as I said, because it smells so good. I can't resist. Oh yeah, that's delicious. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen. And if you are new here, then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make a delicious no bean, no tomato chili. As I've just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a no bean, no tomato chili. So what I've done is I have put a large saucepan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the base of the pan. My pans are clean, they just look a bit dirty, that's all. They have been through the dishwasher and they are perfectly clean though. I just can't get those stains off. I must use a bit of vinegar on the bottom of them. But anyway, I'm just going to leave the pan to heat up. The pan is starting to get nice and hot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one onion to the base of the pan. So I've peeled, sliced and diced one whole onion. So I'm just going to add that to the base of the pan. And I'm going to start to fry this until it goes until they start to soften and go a lovely golden brown colour. Now you might be wondering why no bean and no tomato. My son isn't keen on tomato, and so I decided to try this without the tomato. And also I've noticed my husband and son aren't too good on beans either, so I thought I'd just leave the beans out as well and see if they like the chilli like that, and they did. So I've decided to keep this recipe. It is on my blog, googie'skitchenlife.com, so if you want to go over there and have a look, then please do. As I said, I decided to write this one up, and I have made this before for them and they did really like it, so I decided to make it again today. I'm just going to continue to fry these onions now. And I also wanted to say that if you do enjoy recipe videos like this one and you want to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, then please don't forget to put them in the comments boxes below. And also, if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, because all of that sort of thing really helps me out. So as I said, I'm just going to continue to fry this. I think these have started to go a lovely golden brown colour now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a green pepper. So I have just simply taken the top from the pepper, removed the core and the stalk, and then I've just simply sliced and diced the flesh. So I'm going to add that to the base of the pan now as well. And I'm going to fry these for a good 5 minutes. If you like your vegetables a bit crunchier, then you don't really need to worry too much. You can just fry them so they heat through. My husband and son aren't too keen on vegetables, so I have to fry them for a bit longer. Peppers do take a while to soften, so if you do want them soft, just bear with it, just keep stirring, and eventually they will start to soften, but it does take a while. The green peppers have started to soften. It has taken a good 5 minutes before they did start to soften though. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in one courgette that I have simply peeled and grated. The reason I grate my vegetables in is so that my husband and son don't really know it's in there. And also I find that courgette cooks a lot quicker when it's grated as well. And it softens a lot quicker as well. So if you don't mind crunchy courgette, then you could always just peel and slice it. You don't even have to peel it really. I just like to take the skin off as well. I just think it's a bit better for us. We tend to buy our courgettes from the supermarket, so the skin will have been sprayed in obviously chemicals and things, so I always think it's a bit better just to peel your vegetables before you put them in the pot. So that's why I do it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to fry this for a minute or so until it warms through. Basically you just want the courgette to warm through. As it's been grated, it doesn't really need as long as the green pepper did. And now I'm going to add in the minced beef. So I've got about 500 grams of minced beef. This recipe is just going to serve my husband and son. So there will be some leftovers which I will freeze and use for another occasion. All of the ingredients in this dish are freezable, so you can freeze this. You could make double of this dish and freeze half of it so you have a meal the week after. It's very handy doing that, I have to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break up the beef like so, and then I am going to let it brown in the bottom of the pan. So I'm just going to continue to break up the beef, and hopefully it will brown very soon as well. So the minced beef has browned all over, and I've mixed it all in with the vegetables. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my herbs and spices. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of mild chili powder, and then I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of ground cumin as well. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of ground coriander to that. So just a teaspoon of that in. And then I've got some ground ginger as well, just to add a bit of kick. I did use mild chili powder, but if you wanted to use medium or hot to make it a bit spicier for you, then you could. I'm serving this to a 9-year-old who likes spice, but he doesn't like it too spicy, so I always try to add just little bits of everything in, just to try and help him get used to spice, I suppose. And then I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of oregano, or oregano, depending on which side of the world you're standing. And then I'm just going to mix those around and cover the meat in the spice and the herb as well, in the spices and the herb. Oh, that smells really good now. That's starting to smell like chilli to me. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to add in some bone broth. So I'm going to add about 200 mils of bone broth to this as well. That's about 100. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and I'm going to leave this on a lower heat than that, so probably a medium heat, just to simmer away. It's already come to the boil, so I'm just going to leave it to simmer away, and hopefully the juices from the fat in the meat will soak into all of the sauce and the bone broth, and it will make it really tasty. So I'm going to leave this on the heat to simmer while I go and cook my rice. I think I might actually do quinoa though. I've been thinking about that. I think I might do quinoa. Oh, actually I've got one more thing to add in. I've also got some miso paste to add to this as well. Miso paste just gives it a bit of extra flavour. If you haven't got miso paste, then you could use soya sauce, or you could use tamari as well. As I said, they just add a bit of extra flavour and give it a bit of a kick as well. And also miso paste is really good for you as well. And it's really good for my husband and son as well, who won't really eat mushrooms, but if they put them, this is made out of mushrooms, it's a Japanese one. So if I put it into the pan, they don't know it's in there, so I get mushrooms in them as well. So yes, as I said, I'm going to leave this to simmer while I go and cook the rice. The rice has just finished cooking and it's lovely and fluffy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove that from the heat, and now I am going to add some yoghurt to the chilli. So I've turned the heat off on the chilli, and I'm just going to add about 4 tablespoons of yoghurt to the chilli. You can add cheese to this as well if you want to. I will probably ask my husband and son if they want cheese at the end as well. So I'm using the yoghurt as a sort of tomato replacement. It makes it a bit creamier and a bit tastier for them as well. And also at this point I would normally add in a little bit of spinach and a little bit of coriander, except I don't have any today. So what I would do is just chop it up and I would put it in, I'd let it wilt down while I mixed it round. But unfortunately I don't have any of that today. So that's their dinner done, and I'm going to try a bit before I serve it up. So I've turned everything off and I'm just going to go and get myself a plate. So that is my husband and son's dinner done. So I'm just going to try a bit, as I said, because it smells so good. I can't resist. Oh yeah, that's delicious. That really smells like chilli, even though there's no tomato in that. That's amazing. That's how you make my delicious no bean, no tomato chilli, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, my husband and son are going to be having this for their dinner, and it smelled and tasted so good, I bet they can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.